You're all aware there's a lot more heroin on the streets now, more than ever before. Official estimates put the number of addicts in the nation at 20,000. But you know and I know that that's bloody conservative when you add the middle-class users to the street junkies. Now, this police force is in the middle of a crackdown on organised crime, and the media's not buying it. We have to stay one jump ahead of the bastards. We have to get results, and we have to be seen to get results. Now, Sergeant Miles has received certain anonymous information regarding a dealer by the name of Maynard. It's believed that Maynard, in his possession of 3 to 4 kilos, is armed and dangerous. One of the things impressed on me when I first took charge of this squad was the soundness and reliability of Sergeant Miles' sources. So that's how we can expect to find Maynard. So now I'll pass you over to Sergeant Miles, who'll brief you on the suspect's whereabouts, points of entry, and so on.
Maynard's holed up in a private hotel.
Well, there's one more. Sorry, Sergeant, one more thing. Let me remind you, especially you who are new to drugs, of the directive from the police minister's office. We want types like Maynard through the courts. We want to make an example. So hit him hard and hit him fast. No excuses tonight. Don't stuff this one up, fellas.
What's his for?
He did 6 for armed robbery, 1 assault, malicious damage.
Sounds like a pushover.
Oh, he'd want to be tough to go into competition with Nipper Jackson.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you.
How long are you going to be?
Oh, a couple of shakes.
Any longer than that, you'll be playing.
Kick it along, Ken. Radio silence on this one.
Come on. Oh, Tim. Yeah, it's Ken Draffin. Look, you won't be disappointed if you're outside Gladstone Lodge with the photographer in about half an hour. Yeah, Gladstone Lodge in Prince's Square. Half an hour. Right. Don't get there before us.
About a half length away second. Then Galway Bay was in third place around the inside of Bullet Knowing. Behind them on the bench, Willie Adjo, Purple Caribbean, 8 and Crown Porter and Park. Charles Shelby.
There's the warrant. That's the face. Which room?
Oh, look, we get a lot of people.
How'd you like the vice squad camped in your foyer?
57, 3rd floor. Here's the key.
Whatever you're doing in there, do it slowly, Mr. Maynard.
You had a daughter, Nick.
I haven't done a thing.
Shut up, darling. And keep your hands where we can see them, Jeff.
Yeah, anything you say, Mr. Miles.
How old are you?
24.
Yeah, sure. Now get dressed and piss off.
Be reasonable. Oh, that's up to you. You're going to tell us where it is.
That's right, Jeff. And why don't we start with a full body search?
No need to get rough. I'm not going to do anything stupid.
You've already done that, Jeff.
Here they come.
Oh, let me hide my face.
You got to hand it to these press boys. Must be psychic.
When can we get some details, Sergeant?
I'll be at the DS in about half an hour. Yeah, you're going to be lucky with women. Bloody lucky.
Yeah, my trouble is I didn't marry a policeman's wife.
You're going to go through with the divorce?
How long's it going to go on?
It's all around
Well out of it.
Well,
So
we'd
I'm
have
going
to
to
be
be a
up
bit
this
late
way
in the
soon.
morning. Can you cover for me?
What are buddies for?
Oh, one or two.
I'm gonna keep my eye on you.
Sergeant Timms, you know.
You're a devious
Used to be
bastard.
out the lake.
Jones on the sick list. I'm going to run the kids to school.
All about operating.
Now go for your life.
Oh, wasn't there some sort of trouble out there?
Timo's no shot. He's a good bloke. Jeez, I'm gonna be in the poop.
Oh, let me buy you one for the road.
When was the last time you had to pay for a beer?
Mate, there's faces about the shop that I don't
Night,
think I've ever
fellas.
seen.
Don't forget, tomorrow is a working day.
Yeah, right.
I'm off too.
Graham, just set them up again. Hang on, we'll find out how many.
I don't trust that Draffin bastard. Why do you think I made him my buddy? Nipper?
Come on, boy. I'm alone. Can I haul a bastard?
He's gone.
What was the weight?
Just under 3 kilos.
He wasn't buggerising about. Good quality stuff. What grade?
You know I never drink that muck. Give us a beer, will you, Nipper?
I'll make a gentleman out of you, Mick.
Consignment's on schedule.
What's a dock?
Failing another strike on a wharf. About a week.
And I better get my ass into gear.
It'll take another bloody week to clear customs.
How many blokes do you know that can put their hands on $1 million in cash? 24 hours notice.
You're a credit to the free enterprise system, Nipper.
16.
You put in a tax return?
Bloody oath I do. Haven't you heard of Al Capone?
Bloody solicitor I've got. I've been declaring most of my income, but this year provisional tax looks like bankrupting.
Turn it into white money, mate. Look, it's useless unless
Yeah, I know that. Been putting it through the on-course bookmaker.
I got thousands of dollars in TAB accounts. Some of it under the name of Donald Duck. I wait 12 months. They destroy the records. I draw on them as winnings.
I have to use the money now.
What do you do with your bloody money?
I worry about it.
I know a bloke at the new casino. Good friend, reliable. No questions asked. He'll launder as much as you like through the roulette wheel. Safe as houses and all legal money.
I don't want to be known as a gambler. I don't mind being known as a punter. Not a bloody gambler.
And you look like spending half your life at the racetrack.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, have a good day. Hey, haven't you got a kiss for your old man?
See you, Dad.
Yeah. Darling? I'll see you on Saturday.
Oh, I'm going to Lindy's on Saturday. We're going to the beach. Mom said it was all right.
What's your best side, Ken?
The backside.
Inspector Peters. Ah, yes. Trevor Bill, the Minister's press secretary. Detective Sergeant Miles, Detective Sergeant Draffin. How do you do? If you just come with me.
For service and dedication to duty, above and beyond the call of office, I award these citations to officers Detective Sergeant Miles. Congratulations, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
And Detective Sergeant Draffin. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you for coming today. Now, it's of vital importance to this office and this government and to the people of this state that I issue a warning, loud and clear, through the finest police force in Australia, that we will not allow organized crime to gain a toehold in this city. A warning to criminal interests in other states and overseas that organized crime will not become part of this state's social fabric.
Minister,
Yes, Larry.
the purges of the vice squad, the drug squad, the licensing squad.
Well, I'd hardly call them purges, Larry. It's more a question of priorities.
Well,
There's obviously a connection between that and the crackdown on organised crime. Has there been any evidence, internal evidence of police malpractice?
It's a question of priorities and resources. If you want to win, you put your best team in the field. You use your resources the best way you can.
Well, government copped a lot of flack over the issue of the first casino.
Well, that's not necessarily true.
Or is the current crackdown part of the PR exercise over the issuing of the second casino license?
Well, law and order is hardly a public relations exercise. My government is looking for ways of working with the Federal Crimes Commission.
I'm afraid that's
Will
all
the
the minister has
crackdown
time for.
continue after the issuing of the second casino license?
Oh, of course it will, yes.
Thank you for coming in, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank
I'm
you,
afraid that's all we have
Thank you.
time for today.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, the trouble with today's press is they're too cynical. They're only interested in the sensational.
Yes, sir.
And you get as much help as you need from my office. Money, resources, you name it. I'm giving you the same carte blanche as I'm giving the other squads. You do what you have to do. You won't find me short of appreciation, you can rest assured of that, but I want arrests now.
Sir. Filed under B for bullshit. You early, Mr. Draffin?
What do you got for me?
Got something good for you this time, Mr. Draffin.
How bloody time, Kerr? What? Coke or smack?
Well, there's a few things there, but nothing definite. I got a nod in this flood of amphetamines.
Amphetamines.
They're all through Princess Square, all over the coast.
You got a name?
Hey, children playing this park!
I want names. Have you got a name?
No.
Oh, Christ, what am I doing with you? Why am I keeping you clear of the slammer?
Oh, listen, Mr. Draffin. I'm not a magician, you know.
I want names. Names like Pike, Roach, and Nipper Jackson.
Oh, no. Forget about them.
Yeah, I can as long as I'm using you for information. What do you know about a dealer called Maynard?
Oh, I read in the newspaper where you busted him.
Yeah, who does he work for?
Oh, he's freelance. Well, he was. Trying to set himself up in competition with Nipper Jackson, stupid bastard. Nipper would have taken the cricket bat to him. It's his favourite trick, you know. Rolls you up in a blanket and dashes the shit out of him with the cricket bat. Oh, there was this one time.
Yeah, all right, all right. What about these amphetamines?
It's apparently a security breach, one of the big firms, big drug warehouses. And,
Which one?
oh, I'd be guessing. Well, it's one of the big ones. And it's an inside job. They're not aware of it yet.
That's it?
I thought you'd be pleased.
You in any trouble?
Clean as a whistle.
Yeah, a couple of tickets to the cricket. Should see you through the week. But I want names, Kerr. Substantial names.
Do me a favour and move up this guy, will you?
You jumped the box.
We weren't in court more than 10 minutes. I got screwed on a fine point of law. What do you got?
I want to run a security check on the drug warehouses.
You got something?
Yeah.
Like, I hope it's not garbage. That's a lot of legwork.
It looks promising.
Sergeant Miles' telephone.
Give it to Blake and Wiseman.
Miles? Yeah, it's me.
Hello?
You can do me a favour.
Hang on.
A couple of days out at Oldfield giving Rach a hard time. A couple of young Turks. Here, just a minute. What?
What is it? Sorry, Nipper. It's Renee. Get a number. Tell her to sit by the phone.
You there? Yeah, Sterling Matthews. Cope. Right.
Yeah, Renee,
When?
give us a number.
Fine.
Sit by the phone.
Hang on a minute.
G'day. How you doing, Kent?
Fine, Bill. How yourself?
Oh, first class. Don't tell me they've sent you back here.
No such luck.
That's Killer Miles.
Who?
200 miles.
Why do they call him that?
You work it out, son.
I'm Detective Sergeant Miles. You know Detective Sergeant Draffin? We're from the drug squad. You placed a criminal by the name of Artie Roach under surveillance, is that right?
Well, we received certain
Is that right?
Oh, yes, Sergeant.
Ever heard of official channels, Constable?
Our information meant we had to move...
You've never heard of official channels?
Yeah, of course.
What about you?
Yes, sir.
What was your information?
Cocaine.
How much?
Over a kilo.
A kilo? A bloody kilo? We've had Roach under surveillance for over 6 months, Constable.
We felt we had the opportunity to get some hard evidence. He's overdue.
We heard there's a deal in the pipeline.
Where from?
South America, we think.
Of course it'll be coming from South America. All the coke comes from South America. Roach is number 3 in the state. And you two threatened 6 months surveillance and maybe the lives of our undercover people for a kilo of coke.
A kilo can put the bastard away.
What's your name again?
Matthews, Sergeant.
Matthews. I'll remember that name. Well, Matthews, let me give you a friendly word of warning. You hear anything on anybody, you call me direct. Understand?
Sergeant.
915, number 5, Manola Street, Manola. Stevenson's Beach, 3 months.
Don't say you weren't warned.
915, 915.
That's my favorite beagle boy. Hey. How are you, little mate? How's the boy? Hey? Yeah. Look at the size of these fists. Look how big they are. You're gonna have to watch out for this one, Mary. How are you, Dad?
Jill's just left.
Bad timing?
I told her you'd be late. Dinner will be a while.
How is she?
Seems much better. I'm pretty sure it was just a virus. Weren't you in court today?
Yep. I got rolled.
You were so confident.
Ah, it's all a game, but still, sometimes it sticks in the gullet. All the hypocrisy and the force. It's no better in the law.
Doing that all day. Thinks it's a game.
You know, one thing you got to say about the crims, I mean the real crims, like Nipper, not the rubbish, is at least they've got their honesty. A handshake and they stick by it.
I'd rather take our chances in the legitimate world.
Yeah? And which one's that?
I don't think you really want to leave the force.
With my ticker and my friends.
The people we don't know frighten me.
Don't, I promise you. In 2 months, we'll be right out of it. And then we'll have enough money for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren. We're gonna have 20% of a very promising microchip company. Yes, we are. Come on, young Michael. Out of there. Oh, what a lump he is, Mary.
Microchips.
Look, there's 3 ways I could leave the force. Death, scandal, or early retirement. You can guess which appeals to me the most.
I would be guessing.
Good shot.
All the security known to man on the ground floor and nothing on the first floor. Dan Flynn's manager didn't think the expense was necessary. All the windows were bolted shut and there was no major point of entry.
Yeah, apart from the windows.
Simple matter of throwing the amphetamines down into the lane below before they were packaged and accounted for. It's probably been going on for bloody years.
It's an inside job.
I've given it to surveillance. They're going to put a bloke on the inside.
Have them get back to us if they get anything big on it. You never know.
Might be worth a press handout. Then we better hand it over to the crime prevention boys.
All right, that's in order.
That young head down in the cells. He's not a bad sort of bloke. He's been helpful. He'd perform a lot better for the beak if he had a taste first.
How you holding?
Next to nothing. Want a split?
I'm fine. Go for your life.
Manufacturers of glucose must be laughing all the way to the bank. Mary's organising a weekend in the hills. You know Colin Baxter, armed holdup? Him and his wife are coming. Mary was wondering if you'd be interested.
That's very good of Mary.
Chance to sink a few cold ones.
I've got the Commissioner on my back. The Commissioner's got the Minister on his back. There's a feature going out in the afternoon newspapers that's going to make the force look very bad. Very bad. You know the security guard's an ex-policeman?
No, sir, I didn't.
There was a rumour that he was an off-duty policeman. Caused quite a flap upstairs. I want a quick resolution on this one, Kevin. Get back to me. The security guard at Danflin Chemicals was shot. 4:15 this morning. He's on the critical list. He's an ex-cop.
What was this, a break-in?
Amphetamines. Now, you've got fizzers on the ground. First-class fizzers. Get off your asses and collar these bastards before homicide does. Not next month or next week, now. We want them through the courts.
I'll put the feelers out.
Good.
Outside 319 Chiswick Street.
What the hell's going on? You stupid bastard. I had nothing to do with that drug warehouse. He did a security check. So? It's a bloody coincidence. Or somebody from the crime prevention mob.
They've already kicked half this squad back into the
I'm
divisions.
not that thick.
Everyone knows you're on my team. You drink with me, you cop a transfer, so do I. It's gonna stuff business for both of us.
Like I told you, Sarge, I'm not that thick. I had nothing to do with
How's this gonna look
Danflin.
upstairs?
Bloody hell.
I'm gonna need a collar for this.
Shouldn't be a worry.
I prefer the faces that did the job.
It should be possible. Is that a copter?
Listen, helicopter, I don't hear.
I can hear it.
Oh, for God's sake,
Hang on.
Look, slow down. You stand a better chance of being stopped by a patrol car. Look, slow down. Stop the car. Cut the end.
Well? No, they paint infrared crosses on the roof of your car so they can follow you around at night.
Ah, bullshit, Nipper.
Something I want you to do. Got a small distribution problem out at the prison. A mate of mine out there's got cancer, so he stuffed it. This Maynard bloke, what's his story? How strong is he?
What's it to you?
I want an intro.
But I just collared him. You fingered him.
Business is business. Do a bit of sweet talking. Tell him what a decent bloke I am.
You ask a lot, Nipper. It's going to be bloody expensive.
You've got to spend a buck to make a buck.
Cost you a lot more than those bastards that did the security guard.
Yeah. I think I'm a new bracelet. Solid gold. Want to try it on?
Oh, what do you think? Now, come on, turn this heap around. I got work to do.
Good bloke, old Stu.
Should be a real good piss-up.
Where is it?
I don't know, they're talking about Chinese.
Hello, Jeff. How have you been, mate?
While I've been pulled under escort. What's all this bullshit about being a witness? A witness to what?
No, forget that. Red tape. I thought you could do with a holiday. Come on, son. I got a surprise for you.
Where are we going?
Just for a little stroll.
Oh, Jesus, Mr. Miles, I haven't got anything for you.
Relax, Jeff. Come on, son. You're going to enjoy this. How are you settling in out of the mountain? Got yourself set up yet? Might be able to help out there. Right this way, Jeff. Jeff, I'd like you to meet Sherry. Sherry, this is Jeff.
Hi.
Well, you've got cigars, scotch, champagne for the lady. Either of you care for a taste?
Not around me.
Well, if you want anything, sharp. Apart from that, no one's going to be around here for the next 2 hours. Enjoy yourself.
What's that evil bastard up to?
Why don't you just take your trousers off and they'll check you out? Then we can relax.
Yeah, the little girl's 10, that's Kylie, and the little boy's 8. He's Neil. Going out to see him on Saturday. Oh, gee, he can run really fast. He's going to be a terrific athlete.
What's yours, Steve?
$1.40, love.
Sergeant Draffin. Detective Sergeant Ross Sims, Federal Narcs. Could we have a chat?
Yeah, sure. I wasn't expecting visitors. Sit down. I'm sort of looking for a place.
No, that's nice. We've had Garth Nipper Jackson under surveillance for the last 22 days. Since we got word from Bangkok on a shipment of Buddha sticks. We don't know who the importer is. Not with any certainty. We do know that Jackson will handle the distribution.
That's the first I've heard of this. Put the jag on.
I'd like you to look through the surveillance photographs. I've included a copy of the running sheet.
And was this part of a joint task force operation? I mean, do we know about this officially?
Why don't you look through the photographs? You've worked with Sergeant Miles for the past 5 months. As I was saying, we don't know who's importing the stuff. It'd have to be someone with a lot of protection. People working under him, acting as a buffer. It'd have to be a strong man with specialized knowledge.
Yeah, hang on. What do you want from me?
We're placing the container load of Buddha sticks under surveillance once it's offloaded from the Blue Star. It's politically desirable we should work in with the state police. Goes without saying how sensitive this is, but we'd like to do that through you.
Unofficially.
The more paperwork involved, the more people who know it have to get back to the people involved in this scam. There'll be a lot of kudos in this.
Yeah. What should we drink? Oh, I know it's late, Joan. I won't stay. I won't wake the kids. You got someone there. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. I just have to talk to someone. Since I don't ask much of you. I won't wake the kids. Oh, stuff like that. What about me, Joan? I'm the one that puts a roof over your heads. Oh, forget it then. And forget about Saturday too, you bitch! That's better. Right. Use your hands up! I don't need anyone. Yeah. I won't be in for a few days. I think it's a bit of a virus. Yeah, right. I'm going to need a doctor's certificate from that mate of yours.
What's eating you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Right, move.
Freeze!
Move away from the kid. Where's your wife? Where's your wife?
She's out working from a beer.
Organise a policeman. Right. Phone her. Get her back. Right. Take the place apart.
There's the gun.
I never saw it before. You've planned
You
it.
were on the first floor of Danfin's drug warehouse blasting their security guard.
I'm not wearing that one, Mr. Miles.
I haven't got you in here because you're overdue. You're here because you were there, son.
Who says?
I do. And so do you. You've got a big mouth. Word gets back.
I'm not wearing murder.
You're not. He's not dead.
Yet.
What are we going to do with you, Barry?
You can go as hard or soft as you like, Mr. Miles, but I'm not wearing this one.
How far have you got?
Question 2. I'm going to ask you a number of questions in relation to an armed break-in of the Danfin Chemical Warehouse in Bilford about 4:15 on the 17th of September. I want you to understand that you're not obliged to say anything unless you wish, as anything you do say will be recorded on the typewriter and may be used later in evidence. Do you understand that? Answer, yes, I know that. Question 3. As you can see, Detective Blake is recording the questions I ask you and your answers as you give them. At the conclusion of my interview with you, the complete record of interview will be handed to you to read, and you may sign it if you wish. Do you understand that? Answer, yes.
Pricks.
Now, Barry. Question 4. I have reason to believe that you were involved in an armed break-in at the Draffin Chemical Warehouse, September the 17th, when a quantity of amphetamines was stolen and the security guard injured. Is there anything you want to say about that?
Nothing. Nothing to say.
What would you say about that, Barry?
Ah, yes.
Answer. You know I did it, Mr. Miles. You've got the pistol. No. Piece. You've got the piece. No point lying.
Bum sitting here.
You're right.
Here he is, the boy wonder.
Well, he don't look too crook to me.
Hey, Mick, Ken?
There we are. Still engaged. You don't get rid of me that easily.
You know what I reckon, Sarge? He's probably been in the cot with some airline hostess.
Half my luck, eh?
Yeah, well, we'll have to celebrate.
Any excuse.
Not today.
Not like you to knock back a drink.
Antibiotics.
Right.
Coffee?
Sergeant.
I'm fine. Morning, sir.
A message from the Assistant Commissioner. He thanks you for Letterman. Says you put out one of the fires under his chair.
Might make him less of a pain in the bum.
I don't think there's much chance of that. But well done, Mick.
Thank you, sir.
Feeling better, Ken?
So when do we hear from Carlo?
Not dependable.
He's in too deep not to be dependable. Might be a good time to have a little talk with him.
He's always been a dog.
When I talk business, you shut up, right?
You and I have got some business to discuss, Nepper. Detective Sergeant Ken Draffin, DS.
Oh, I've heard of it. Of course, Ken. What can I do for you?
Oh, I think we can help each other. You can look after me. I can look after you.
I'm not sure what this is all about.
You know, let's cut the bullshit. The man's stuffed, son. He's finished. Your man. My partner.
I know what you're talking about.
Piss off. He's stuffed. Matters with internal affairs.
Oh, yeah?
He can't help you anymore.
And you can?
I can tell you who's looking for you. When you and your boys can move in and out of the country. When to move. More important, when not to. You name it, I can fix it.
How do I know it's not a setup? You haven't got a bug under there.
The feds know about the container. They've got enough on Miles to nail him to the wall.
What about me?
Yeah, you too. But you can leave that to me.
What do you want?
Information.
What?
Whatever I need to know, you dumb bastard. You're my new working partner. It's your only chance. Now you distance yourself from Miles and let me know when he comes near you. Or you're stuffed too.
Up again?
To be honest with you, it's not good. Not good.
Yeah, well, things should settle down in the next couple of months.
I strongly recommend you taking leave. Or early retirement.
Once a copper, always a copper.
Then I can't be held responsible.
Sorry I'm late.
What did the doctor say?
Fit as a fiddle. Spent the whole day on the phone. Nipper Jackson's gone to ground.
So something is happening.
Not our mob. Spoke to him out in surveillance. I don't have the dogs on him.
What about the federal police?
I called our friend in Canberra. He couldn't give me anything specific. He says a lot of the paperwork's coming through with blanks on it. Couldn't give me any answers. Maybe he won't.
You think it concerns us?
How do you explain Draffin's behaviour? He used to practically handcuff me to the bar.
You think it might be the shipment?
Shipment? Nipper? Both?
All our money's tied up in that shipment. What are we going to do?
Rule number 1. PYA. Protect your ass. Is there any word on who the feds have under surveillance? I need to know. I'd be very grateful. Look, I'll give you a name and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. Garth Nipper Jackson. Good, thanks, mate. That's one I owe you. Shit. You got a moment, sir?
Yes, Mick. Come in. Sit down.
Thank you.
I was just organising the Paul Stearman send-off. How can I help you?
It concerns an informant of mine. One of my major fizz gigs.
Oh, yeah?
The name's Garth Jackson, known as Nipper.
So I know the name. He's active, isn't he?
I was under the impression that he wasn't. He was able to convince me that he'd moved out of narcotics. In fact, he hated the business.
And you've used him as a source of information?
Maynard and Lederman, to name two.
Why would he assist you? What's his gain in the arrangement?
I understood it to be a conscience thing, Inspector. That he wasn't proud of his past, or so he said. I've come to suspect different. He may be using his association with me as a form of protection.
I see.
I'd like to put the dog squad on him.
On what grounds?
I've received anonymous information about the possible importation of a consignment of Buddha sticks by container. I understand the container's been offloaded. Jackson's name was mentioned. I prepared a full report for you. I think it's most necessary we have a look at our fizzers every now and again anyway, just to see what they're up to.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
I don't like to be made a fool of, sir.
None of us do, Sergeant. Morning.
What have you got for me?
The federal drugs people have been involved in large-scale surveillance in this city without official notification. Now, it's a federal area, importation, but...
They've admitted this?
Well, they had to, because our surveillance squad tripped over theirs.
This isn't on.
They apparently made contact unofficially with one of my officers.
Do we have his name? Can we verify that?
We'll have the name later in the day. But it's the usual form.
Coming in through the back door.
That's my preliminary report.
Jackson. We all know that name.
He's one of my fizz gigs. As soon as I heard he might be active, I requested both him and the container be put under surveillance.
And the federal mob have been on this for weeks?
Yes, sir.
We can't have them making inquiries in this state without telling us. They must inform us of any inquiry. That's common courtesy. We won't tolerate this. I'll go straight to the Commissioner and the Minister. I'll have them pulled. Those bastards in Canberra. How can you trust them?
See you now, Sergeant. You'll be staying with the squad for the moment, Sergeant. I'll be assigning you to a new partner.
I beg your pardon, sir?
You've been receiving running sheets and surveillance photographs from the federal mob.
Yes, I've got the files outside if you want to see them, sir.
Thank you, Sergeant. But I'll be receiving all official documentation through the proper channels. You do realize I'll be made to look foolish over this, Sergeant?
Yes, there was a question of loyalty, sir.
You obviously had little trouble with that.
I think there's something you should know, sir. Concerning Sergeant Miles and Garth Nipper Jackson.
I'm fully aware of that, Sergeant. As is the Assistant Commissioner. If you'd done the right thing and brought this to my immediate attention, I could have told you that Jackson was Miles's informant.
Yes.
That'll be all for now.
Right.
Ken. You should have mentioned you had something on Jackson. I've been using him for years.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. Too bad they split us up.
Good news travels fast.
Any help you might need in nailing the bastard, let us know. Don't be afraid to ask. I don't bite.
Big of you, mate.
Well, when do they confiscate the container?
2-3 weeks. You can go home. There's nothing to connect you.
Right.
So, what's the worry?
Well, apart from the state and federal dog squads and your Mattel, very little. Now, you want to take the wheel? Handles like a dream.
The feds have been pulled. What is it?
Well, what if they got photos of you and me?
Who told you that?
No one. It stands to reason. If I'm under surveillance, they're going to have photos of everyone I've met.
That's no longer a problem.
You reckon?
I know, Nipper. It's been fixed. Forget it. I want a favour. You're on a retainer down through Roach to a good friend of the Premier's.
Who told you that shit?
Bullshit, Nipper. Every time they need a bit of muscle and all else fails, you deliver the heavies. Now, what's with you, Nipper? What's all this ducking and weaving? Nothing's changed. I can still tie you up tighter than a duck's arsehole, and that is watertight.
All right, I'm on a retainer. What do you want?
I want the state dogs pulled, and I don't care what it costs.
The Rhodes could probably handle that.
I don't want any cock-ups on this, Nipper. The order has to come from the top.
Roach's contacts are first class. Best there is.
Talk to him.
This is going to put you and I under a lot of obligation, Mick.
I only need 2-3 hours. This is the big one, son. I don't intend to lose it now.
Now, set up another one.
I don't have 5 years to spare, Nipper.
You send in a team now and they get busted. You're stuffed, mate. They'll know you set them up.
I want that container.
What? Your funeral. Just make sure it isn't mine.
Yeah, Kerr. Kerr. Never mind who wants him. 610. Kerr, it's me. Yeah, where the hell have you been? Yeah, forget about the coke. Where's Jackson? Look, I don't care how far you gotta go. I don't care how far you gotta stick your neck out. If you want to stay clear of the slammer, you find me Jackson.
I'm looking for Sergeant Grant.
The sergeant's room, sir.
G'day, stranger.
Nick. Oh, long time.
You're looking fit. Got a moment?
Yeah, sure. Feel like a heart starter?
Good one.
How's Mary?
Fine.
Give my best, won't you?
How the kids?
Oh, they're all right. They still miss Claire, of course, but... Oh, they got their own lives to live. They grow up quickly. Now, what can I do for you?
I need a bit of help, Rob. Tomorrow night from about 6 o'clock. We got this undercover thing on and we don't want some keen young constable throwing a spanner in the works.
Right. What do you need?
Something to keep the entire afternoon shift busy for 2 or 3 hours, preferably 3. From 6 tomorrow night? Possible?
Oh. I'll see what I can come up with.
Good on you, mate. And there'll be a little fruit on the sideboard.
No, Mick, gee, the favours you've done me. This one's on the house.
Detective Draffin, Drug Squad. Oh, Mr. Draffin? Mr. Draffin, please. Oh, Mr. Draffin? Yeah, me, Kurt. Yeah, he's in town. Down to his favourite horn. Buying drinks for the whole bar.
That's very public. I'll be in touch.
Assistant Commissioner Thompson's on his way over. He wants to speak to everyone working on the container job. So I'd like it if you'd make yourselves available.
Sergeant Grant, there's another brawl at the Imperial. A big one. Car 54 to the station.
I'd better advise all cars, Constable.
Hold the paper somewhere, mate. Bloody hell, don't tell me.
Come on, inside.
Now, look, you've all been pulled in off the streets, and I don't want to keep you a moment longer than is necessary, but word has reached the Commissioner from Canberra that our federal counterparts are casting aspersions about the operating efficiency of this task force. Rumours have been floated concerning surveillance blind spots and the use of open radio channels. Now, I don't accept the criticisms. I reject them. We all know how sensitive the feds are. They've been booted off this case, and they're sulking. They're doing a bit of stirring. Worse, they're feeding the garbage to their tame journos. The press have already been onto the Commissioner. They're breathing down our necks. Now, this task force will work. There will not be any slip-ups. I want tangible results.
What's this all about, Ken?
Nipper Jackson. We've all been stooged. The entire bloody drug squad.
What happened?
Jackson lifted a container of Buddha sticks right from under our noses. We were too busy saying yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full to the assistant commissioner. The bastard shafted us. Made us all look real fools. Every member of the squad.
What's the drum then?
We pay him a visit.
Oh, how much have you gotten there?
3 kilos, always.
Look, divisional detectives, how are we going to explain this?
For Christ's sake, the bastard's overdue. Are you in or out?
Who else is from
Forget about drugs. They're all shonks as far as I know. Do you want the bastard or don't you?
You take the briefcase, Les.
Right. Well, go in my car. Had a busy night, Nipper?
Listen, I didn't have my mouth. I said nothing to no one.
What's that in the front seat?
Dog.
Yeah? What are you doing? The dishwasher's not broken. Mary, we're home. Home and hosed.
Alistair Dean called.
Dean? What did he want?
He's representing Jackson. Jackson's been arrested. Dealing, possession, importing.
What?
He's been arrested.
About bloody time.
What the hell happened?
Bastard Draffin loaded me up.
What?
Loaded me up! 4 counts. Oh, better be a big drain, mate, because I'm going down the girdles. A few of you coming with me.
All right, all right.
Exhausted, is he? I haven't played out a point.
Voice down, Nipper.
I've done all those favours, mate. I've got telephone tapes. And I've got some photos of some very important people in some very strange positions.
Look, Nipper.
You included.
You don't need enemies at a time like this, you thick bastard. You need friends.
What's wrong with that bastard Draffin? What'll ever do to you?
Get Draffin.
You'll burn with me, Mick.
Christ's sake. You stuffed me. You haven't got a hope.
What hope have I got now?
You're not dead yet.
Got me on importation, possession, dealing. 3 kilos, they'll throw away the bloody key.
First thing we got to worry about is bail.
On my form,
I got 1 or 2 good mates over in prosecution.
This goes to court, I'll have my silk name you.
For Christ's sake.
You were supposed to protect me.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Protect your ass!
And yours.
How? Can you get the charges dropped?
Oh, don't be bloody stupid.
And where's the guarantees? You're going to maiden prosecution. Big deal. Where's the guarantees? I don't trust any of you bastards.
Will you stop spewing? I'll get back.
You'll try.
I'll get it. And then you disappear overseas.
No way.
I'll arrange the passport.
No way.
I'll look after the evidence and the witness.
I just got my
and then
kids
I'll give you the
into a
nod when it's
top
safe to
private
come back.
I've got a legitimate business to run. I'm in the middle of building a $1 million house, and I've got my reputation.
If he jumps the box, he'll scream his tits off. There has to be a way of getting Glenn assigned to prosecute. No, Glenn's a top bloke. I know that's a problem. There has to be some way around it. There must be someone you can talk to. I think we better get together over a beer on this.
As you were.
Has to be today.
Formal visit. Sergeant.
Back to you. Morning, sir.
Well done.
Thank you, sir.
You didn't manage to get your picture taken this time.
Oh, I didn't want to look too keen, sir.
You don't mind I managed to get my picture in the paper?
Not at all, sir.
I don't have to tell you, Sergeant, I needed some good press after that debacle last night. Pulling the dogs off made me look a real goose. Thank God the media didn't get wind of that, Kevin.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure Nipper Jackson's arrest helped there. Took their interest. I'd like to get my hands on the shonky copper that leaked last night's pep talk.
Yes, sir.
Don't suppose there's much chance of that.
No, sir.
The police minister's holding a press conference Friday morning at 10. I'd like you to be there, Ken.
Thank you, sir. I seem to be spending half my week in this building lately. I'll be in armed hold-ups if anyone wants me. Sir.
Morning, sir.
Should be an interesting couple of weeks, eh, Miss Mick? Morning, boys.
You ready for that coffee now?
Alistair Dean's a top silk. He knows the rules. Nipper's paying $2,000 a day to have him represent him. I'm going to tell Nipper to instruct Dean to go direct to Carpenter. In the morning, as soon as possible.
Mike,
There's a press conference on Friday morning.
why don't we go overseas? We both loved France.
Not for the rest of our lives.
I'm not stupid, Mike. Things must be desperate.
We've got our family, our children, our grandchildren, our home, all the bloody pain and heartache.
I can't take much more.
We don't walk out on the family. I've never been beaten, Mary.
There must be another way, Mike. You got friends in the force.
It's too big for the buddy system. Assistant Commissioner Thompson sitting on this one. And he's a goody two-shoes. The only way round him is from the top. Thompson has to be lent on. Thompson and the prosecutor's office.
Oh, God, Mike.
It's all right, darling. How's the police minister going to look in the middle of a law and order campaign if half his bloody police force is bent?
Carpenter won't make an example of you.
It's not just me, love. Nipper's got a list. There's one or two others. Enough to stop Carpenter doing anything stupid.
Now, there is an article in one of the country papers, the Advertiser out of Peachton. Story about the local police impounding a horse when it appears they have no right?
I noticed that.
Well, follow through on it, please. Now, there are one or two problems with the Jackson case that could prove difficult for the force. If they go into their evidence in defense and something should come out, it could blow one or two big projects of ours. Now, we can get this bloke at any time. We cannot afford a hearing at this point of time. And if the prosecution should go off the rails...
Jackson's head looks very good on the books.
Oh, yes, I know that. But we can get him at another time, I think.
He is number 5 in the state. He is long overdue.
It's a question of timing, Philip.
I was considering the media too, Ralph. The papers are full of Jackson.
Yeah, well, as I say, it's a question of timing. Now, this is not something we want to rush into straight away. These things take their own time. We don't want to hand our heads to the media on a platter, do we?
No, sir.
No, well, we'll get him at another time. Now, from your point of view, I don't think there can be any hint of any failure in the crime division. We don't want any future problems cropping up for you. Any bad reports lurking around in the background. I want to be able to sell you to the cabinet.
I don't suppose we can win them all, sir. We've got a real problem on our hands here, Jim. I'm getting the nod from the minister. He doesn't want us to go ahead with a particular prosecution at this stage. I know we've been after the bastard for years, but I'm sure we can get him another way. But if we put the pressure on him now, he's going to blow. He knows Roach. You remember what happened there. He knows about that. Now, he may or may not be able to get it out, but if he does, it's going to hurt your prosecutor's branch. We don't want any bloody inquiry with headlines and politicians calling all over us. You and me have worked too hard for too long. Not about to have it all stuffed up by one lousy crim. It's more trouble than he's worth. I think we'd better go through the evidence and find a problem.
By the way, the minister's got to have someone represent the state to sit in at the Crimes Commission hearings. You've been selected, Sergeant.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. When would this be, sir?
Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Your airline ticket's confirmed, and they've made a tentative booking for Tuesday night in case you have to stay over.
Well, I couldn't go on Tuesday, sir. I've got the magistrate's court. The Jackson's busted.
Don't worry about that. That's just a bail application. We've got him. Don't worry about that. The minister wants you to report to him direct.
I don't think there's anybody about. Okay, 94. On a lane, Ramley, person on the street throwing rocks. Thank you.
I've been briefed in full on this matter by Detective Sergeant Miles, representing the arresting officer. Now, he's advised me that the defendant has been extremely cooperative throughout and in the past. Police inquiries so far suggest that the defendant is not the principal involved in this case. However, he has given the police certain information, and we are hopeful of early arrests. Now, if you peruse the defendant's criminal history, you'll see that he has no previous record of breaching conditions of bail, and so we have no reason to suspect he should do so in this instance.
Over the first hurdle, Nipper?
Don't start relaxing yet, mate.
You're out on the street. That's where you're going to stay.
Look at that business.
It's there, waiting for your blokes to pick it up.
Just help me pay for all this.
Help you pay for the celebration.
Bail set at $30,000. Sign here. Here. And here.
Paul and I have been friends off and on now for, over 20 years.
And the rest?
No. Paul's a rare breed of copper. He's a storyteller who can really tell a story. The one that stands up in court. He can tell a story and not just think he can, like most of us. But I just want to say that it's been a privilege having Paul as a friend and as a brother officer.
I suppose I should say something meaningful at a time like this. But stuff it. I'd rather tell you my favourite police story ever to be told. Actually, it concerns a police sergeant who didn't mind the odd one. While he was called out on a dead one, he gets to this house and Dad's lying on the floor as cold as mutton and the family grief.
How are you, kid?
Sergeant,
Piss off.
but the family have been saving for...
You're a hungry bastard.
See?
Here's some chicken
What we
for
all
later.
need is a drink, and he's moving towards the bottle, not noticing the dead. What the bloody hell's going on?
Oh, come on, Edmund. Sit down. Coffee?
Yes, thanks.
Sit down, mate. There's milk and sugar. There's been a development on the Jackson thing. We've had word that he's to be called before the Federal Crimes Commission to give evidence. They've been following him. They've provided me with a number of surveillance photographs.
When's he required to give evidence?
Oh, soon. Quite soon. I think we should keep an eye on him, Mick. A close eye. We're not to know what they'll ask him in Canberra, of course. We could ask him just about anything. I imagine quite a deal of mention will be made of the drug charges we have proceeding against him. quite a deal will be made of that in the media. He'd be looking at, what, 15 years on those 3 counts?
10 to 15, if we get a conviction.
Oh, certainly hope we'd get a conviction. But with that and this federal crimes thing...
There's no way he could avoid that.
Oh, no. That's, no. What with 10 to 15 and feds after him? You know him, Mick. I understand he's a very emotional sort of man. Volatile?
Can be.
All this pressure he's under. The commissioner has spoken to me. The commissioner's very worried that Jackson may disappear or commit suicide. I think you should keep an eye on that.
Will you contact the station sergeant at South Orford?
Mick, thought I was going to pick you up down...
Get in the back, Nipper.
What for? What's going on?
Get in the car.
There's always another way.
Can you see it?
Keep driving. Don't stop here.
Must be here somewhere.
We can work this out, Mickey. Forget that container. Forget that shipper. That's peanuts. I got millions in cash, Mick. You could be a millionaire. Both of you.
Get out, Nipper.
Jesus. Out. Okay. Okay, I'll stop rocking the boat. I'll cop the drug charges.
Behind the wheel.
Let's talk this out, Mick. Well, think of all the years we've known one another. What favours?
Shut up,
ideas.
Nipper. You're overcooked.
Oh, Mick, there's got to be another way.
You've had it. You're ratchet, son. You're dead.
Oh, Mickey, please.
We've got a pair of blunt bolt cutters. We will cut off everything on you that sticks out. It'll take a long time, and then we'll kill you. Or you could go the easy way.
Mickey.
Get the bolt cutters. You know the rules, Nipper. You're dead. Now, what's it gonna be? The hard way? Or you're gonna take the easy way out? Do it yourself. It'll be too late once we mark you, Nipper. Nipper, mate, you will suffer. I promise you. No one's gonna recognize you. Cover him. Lower, where he lives. Come on, Nipper. Finger on the trigger. Get it done.